All right. Hey, strangers. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. It's been a pretty busy couple months. I moved to a new house, which is behind me, and then I also got married. So yeah, this is my new house with my husband. And honestly, internet as a whole has kind of been a stranger to me. So yeah, but I haven't forgotten what I started, and I am back, and I do plan to continue. So if you still want to be involved in it, please feel free. I'd love your input. I'd love your comments. All that good stuff. I wanted to say thank you for the responses that I got um, for Dear Atheist and for my question about prayer. I've been getting comments over the last few months. I have been reading them, I promise. I realize I look like I've just dropped completely off the map, but I have been around. I have still been thinking about this and collecting new topics, things like that to discuss. So, yeah, I just wanted to go through a couple of things here. I did get a couple comments that, well, they were kind of messages, but I couldn't approve them for comments on here. It wouldn't let me, otherwise I would have put them on. But there was a guy who messaged me and had a couple questions, which, I don't know how many people on here actually, I know some of you have told me that you used to be Christians and now you're not. And so I'm sure that you do know a little bit about, prayer and things like that. But I just wanted to, I don't know, maybe open the floor up a little bit. Because, you already know, I'm kind of curious about, your way of thinking and the way that you come across to God, with God in your mind, what you think about this whole God thing. And so you already know that I'm curious about that, but I mean, are any of you actually curious about, I mean, like this guy, for example, was asking me about, Christians and prayer and my personal prayer life, and which is fine. And, if you do have any questions about that, this is a discussion. I'd love for it to go both ways. So feel free to chime in about that. Anyway, so I just wanted to kind of answer this guy a little bit on here since I couldn't answer him online. But he said, okay, I'm an atheist and I don't pray. Okay, hold on, let's do the next one. He said, I'm an atheist and I never pray. May I ask what kind of things you ask your God for, and are your prayers answered? And I just wanted to expand on this because it's kind of a basic question about prayer, but I guess there's probably quite a few people that don't know, so I would love to tell you. For me personally, I've asked for so many different things in prayer. I've prayed about healings. I've prayed for guidance and decisions. To try to figure out what I needed to say, and I've prayed for comfort, and or I've just prayed a good old-fashioned prayer of thanks. Where I didn't really need anything. I just came to him saying thank you for what you've done for me, and the Bible says that anything you ask in my name, you will receive. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything you ask for, you're going to get, although it would be cool. I guess in our minds it does seem kind of cool, but, that means that, according to his will, what he sees is good for your life, and because he's the one with the plan, you'll get it. He will give that to you, but the thing is, he gives it to you in his timing. So it's not, I pray today, I'm getting it tomorrow. I pray today, I'm getting it right now. It might be, I might get it right then, or it might come 10 years from now. I don't know. And so that's the thing about prayer is it's you, beseeching the Lord and, bringing your request to him, and then he answers the way that he sees fit, because he is an all-knowing God. And that I know that's something that a lot of people have trouble with, because they kind of have trouble, I guess, putting all of that into a God that they can't physically see. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough before. It's not the easiest thing to do, but whenever you realize the realness of him, even though you can't physically see him, that's whenever you're like, okay, I can pray, and trust that he's got it. And yes, my prayers have been answered multiple times before. More often than not, my prayers are answered. And, there are still things that I prayed for that I haven't seen yet, that I haven't been able to experience the answer of yet. But, it's sometimes, your prayers also involve waiting, which is hard, but, it's a good thing in and of itself. So I kind of sent that back. Well, I was going to send that back to him, and then he sent me another one and said, "You pray to Yahweh, the God of Moses, right? Did you try to pray to another God to see if you have the same results?" Yahweh is one of many names of God that can be used. He's also known as Jehovah, and Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Sidkenu. I mean, just different things like, Jehovah Rapha is my healer, Jehovah Shammah. You can Google any of these, and they'll come up with a huge list of names of the Lord. And depending on what the need is what you come to him with. Sometimes, I'll come to him as Jehovah Rapha. Lord, I need a healing in my body, or this person needs healing in their body. And so that's how you come. And as far as me trying to pray to another God to see if I have the same results, no. I have never had the need. I don't feel that I need to enlist more God's little g to help me, because that's one of the things about Jehovah God, is that he is everything that we need. He is Jehovah Rapha, Sidkenu, Shammah, Shalom, all these different things. Each one is a need that we have, and we're able to go to him with those needs at any time, no matter what the case is, and say, Lord, I need you in this. And sometimes you just go to the Lord in thanks and say, thank you for what you've given me. So it just depends. But no, I've never had the need or seen a reason to try out a different God, because I don't believe that there are any others, which is a big controversial issue, because I know that there is a large group of people who believe in all paths to God, and that is not a personal belief of mine. I don't bash the people who do believe that. If that's what they believe, then okay, but all I can say is that I believe in the one God of Jehovah. And there was a time in my life where I did just kind of step away a little bit, not necessarily turn to a different religion, but I kind of flattened out on this plane in my faith, and I wasn't moving anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't experiencing anything. And so I was like, you know what? I don't, it consumes a lot of my time, so I don't know if I really need this in my life right now. And so I kind of let it drop off the map for a little bit. And that was that was the most miserable time I've ever had, is whenever I let it drop off, because it sounds dramatic to some people, but it's really the only way to describe it, is that it's like breath. Whenever you don't have it, it's like you're missing something vital in your life. And and that's the reason why we're able to push so hard for things that we believe in, and things that we want to see happen, is because that's how close it is to us. It's not just us trying to, be judgmental on other people. It's not us trying to be legalistic, because I don't believe you should do either of those things. But that's whenever it comes across to people, is whenever we're pushing so hard to do something that we want to see happen. And it's because, that's our life. That's our lifeblood. That is what sustains us. And so yeah, I just wanted to hit those couple questions, and just make sure that that got responded to, so that it didn't look like I was ignoring anybody. But if you have any questions about, the things that I do with my faith, because I know I'm asking you guys a lot of things, or I will be again, about your belief system, how you think, how you work in your lives with your faith or your lack of faith, whatever it is, in your religious beliefs. But also, since today is the National Day of Prayer, I thought it would be appropriate I don't want any harsh comments. I don't need any debate starting up. I just want a good discussion, and I want to hear your side of what you think about the National Day of Prayer, because there have been, numerous discussions about whether or not it should be removed, or if it should, if it really hinders anything, if it hurts anything, or if it's just way too, I've heard it called unconstitutional, heard that this morning. So, I just want to hear your thoughts of what you think about, Christians having this National Day of Prayer. If it's a big deal to you, if it's not, just let me know. I'd love to hear your input on that. So, yeah, all right, well, I'm glad to be back, and I hope that this gets started up pretty well, and please feel free to chime in with anything that you want to ask or anything you want to comment on. Just make sure they stay civil and appropriate, no language or anything like that, please, and yeah, all right, have a good day. If you're anywhere near where I'm at, you're getting snow on May 2nd, so yeah, enjoy. All right, have a good day.